What about you? Renault Trafic 2. This is model year about 05, 06, something like that. Noisy wheel burn. Normally this would be a pretty routine job and wouldn't even bother filming it actually, but it's just it's a press-in wheel burn. But I knew I was going to have problems with this. I did a clutch in this van. There's a video on it in the archives there, in the channel pages, and whenever I did that, I couldn't get this drive shaft out. So I knew that this drive shaft was stuck, but I got away with it because I just took the drive shaft off the gearbox and I took the hub off with the drive shaft still attached. So this time I'm going to try a wee bit harder and persevere a wee bit more and try and get this drive shaft out. So I have to get this it has to come out some way. So ultimately what I could do is do the same thing and take it out, drive shaft and all, and press it out in the press, but I don't really want to do that. I want to see if I can try and free this up and then just press it out in the normal manner. So there's a couple of things I'm going to show you here. First of all, I'm going to put a bit of this stuff here in it, and that is my homemade penetrating fluid. This is by far, by a country mile, the best penetrating fluid, and you make it yourself. You can't buy this stuff. Ignore the bottle that it's in, because that's just an ordinary bottle. What is in that is automatic transmission fluid and acetone in the form of that nail polish remover, and you buy a bottle of that anywhere really in a supermarket for a couple of £, and you mix it up 50-50. So that actually is like an acid in it, and it eats the rust, and the ATF provides the lubrication properties of it. So I'm going to give this a dose now. Unfortunately, it's unless the thing was sitting horizontally, it's not going to really penetrate much at all. But I'm going to give it a go anyway, because it's anything at all helps, and maybe it might do me a bit of a favour. But I don't think it'll do much in this case, but yeah, it's worth a shot, and I just thought I would show you that. As I say, you can't buy that, and there are YouTube videos that guys have tested, PB Blaster and WD-40 and all different types of stuff, and this is the winner by a long way. So your ordinary penetrating fluids, WD-40 and all, it's a thin oil basically, and all that other stuff is much the same. It advertises a water repellent and does all sorts of things, and it does what it says, and it's pretty good. I use WD-40 quite extensively, but whenever you get in a situation like this, where I may actually have to apply heat, I may have to do all sorts of different things, I know that this is going to give me all sorts of trouble. I'm going to give it a couple of hits with the air hammer first of all, and then take it from there. No movement at all. Normally you would tackle this type of job with this thing here that I have. Get that in the shot there for you. And multiple holes in it there, and you can screw various things in this. There's things you can hit with a hammer, there's hydraulic things you can screw into it. And the problem with this is this inner hole just isn't big enough to slide over the hub. Right, the holes line up okay. There's multiple holes in it. So I have a couple of options. What I could do is I could get a bit of studding and extend that out and clamp it on that way. I could probably do that. That would probably work, but I don't think I have any studding with the correct thread for this. So I'll just show you. I have another tool that goes way bigger than this, and well, we'll just introduce that. Okay, I was going to show you this thing here, and this is serious forcing screw here, as you can see it in my hand there. But the three jaws, those three legs aren't fitting on that, and it's not being centralised on the 5 studs. The back side of this is fouling. I've taken a wee bit off it with the grinder there to try it, but no matter what I do, it's not lining up. It's all skewed. So with the 5 studs, I'm getting 2 sort of close together, and then one away down there. And no matter what way you do it, it's not centralising on the drive shaft. So I'm not going to use that. This has worked for me in the past. This is a big slugger thing, so you just beat that down. So it does work, but it's just actually that wee bit too big for this application. So this is a van, but it's sort of in between a car and a van. So the tool that I use for cars isn't fitting because the center hub is too big, and this isn't fitting because the center hub sort of fouls that back side there. I don't want to weaken it. I don't want to grind a whole load off it and weaken it there. So yeah, we'll just give it another bladder with our hammer then. Right, blattering with our hammer for ages there, and I had a good hook up out. I found a couple of bolts. I got top one with a Torx head, a gearbox bolt or something, or an engine mount bolt, and then that's a big bolt there, all of a million washers on it there. So I'm getting there's only 2 bolts holding it, but hopefully that's enough to get a good strike. So I'm striking here with a sledge, and then I'm getting a wee bit of a turn on it. So it's maybe starting to go, and we'll take her off, hit her with the air hammer again, put that back on. So we'll just have to keep persevering. Right, after half an hour of hammering and baiting, wasn't moving, so gave up on that idea. And extreme situations call for extreme measures, so we've joined the gearbox, and there's our hub, shaft and all. Now, the reason why I was reluctant to pull the shaft in the first place was because this bit also seals the gearbox, so whenever you release that bit, you lose all the transmission fluid. Now, when you pull a drive shaft, it normally you do lose a bit of fluid, and you probably have to replace it anyway. But this one is exceptionally so because of the design of it. So that's a Renault for you, but there we go. We'll put this in the press, see if we can press it out. Eventually, I've got it out, and that's after a couple of hours in this press. Heated it up, it was cherry red, kept the nut on it initially because I didn't want to mush in the head, and then I ended up taking the nut back off again and heated the threaded end of the shaft, and just stuck it up, had it up to about 18 ton there. This is a 20 ton press, so as much as I could sort of dare, and that's the shaft hanging down there. So yeah, just gotta let it cool down now. So we'll just have to see if the shaft is still usable. Hopefully it is. And there it is, burnt to crisp. Which is out. So just have to let that cool down now. I've had stuck drive shafts before that I had to press out in a similar manner. Give them loads of heat and put them in a press. No puller or air gun was going to take this out. I had this thing nearly 18 tons there, and it was heated up cherry red, as you can see there. So this was definitely up there with the best of them. And there's our shaft. Yeah, looks alright. Isn't mushroomed. I had the nut on it first of all, and nothing was happening. So I thought the nut was taking the heat away. So I took the nut back off again and pressed it directly on to the end of the shaft there, and had it really roasting hot. Those threads were sort of cherry red, and eventually popped. So there you go. Now just to press this wheel burnout. Hopefully it'll come out alright, and we'll get this thing back there again. So that's what this video was about then. Renault Trafic stock drive shaft, and hope you enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it at all, but it makes a good video, I suppose. So all the best, thanks for watching, and cheerio and bye bye. Just a wee bit extra for you. This is the easy way to get these inner races off. You see people grinding these and doing all sorts of things, and what you can do is you can just heat that up, and if you've got oxyacetylene or whatever, or propane, just heat that up as much as you can. Now, I didn't heat this up. This is still sort of warm from that heating with the drive shaft, and this is a burn splitter, and you catch it on that wee groove there, or if you can't catch it in that wee groove, you may get underneath it, and while you're at the press, that's how you get that off. And that bed that I'm using there, you might see all this here. So the hub gets received into this. This is a brake disc. This is a very large brake. That's still roasting. Right, that's a big brake disc. I think that's off a 5 Series BMW. That's a very hefty brake disc, and I use that as a platform that receives these most hubs, and that is roasting. So that's the one we had the stock drive shaft in, and that is the inner race of it. So that's that. By the way, that is a very big burn pillar. You can get them in the UK. It's made by Sealy. Don't ask for the part number. I have no idea what it is, and I'm not going to look it up either. So you need to search that yourself. But it's a very large burn splitter, and that's the easy way of getting them off. Once again, all the best. That's definitely the end of the video now. So cheerio, all best, bye.